A look at the White House on this sunny Saturday, one day after U.S. President Donald Trump ordered Israel to stop bombing the Gaza Strip. It comes after Hamas said it had accepted some elements of his plan to end the nearly two-year war and return all the remaining hostages taken in the October 7th attack 2 years ago this coming Tuesday. With me now is retired Major General Denis Thompson, former NATO task force commander. General, thank you for being here. Trump has ordered Israel to stop bombing, but we are starting to hear reports it's continuing its military campaign. What do we know, and how concerning if true?
Well, I think we should start with the fact that this is the best news that we've had since the last ceasefire some time ago. The Arab states are putting considerable pressure on Hamas to accept, and as you mentioned in the run-up to this interview, Hamas has not agreed to them entirely, but there's a tentative acceptance of them, and there may well be some more negotiations ongoing because the devil is always in the detail. But as we've heard, Mr. Trump has put enormous pressure on Israel to stop the bombing, and to enter into this peace negotiation wholeheartedly. It's a six-phase process, the first of which is, of course, a ceasefire. And once that happens, then we'll see how it proceeds.
Certainly, I understand that. But if Israel continues its campaign, is there a risk that this does not get off the ground?
There's always that risk in this region, and it's been something that's happened over and over again, as we all know. The bit here is that this is a little bit more interesting in terms of a fleshed-out plan. Of course, it's not completely fleshed out, but there are some aspects of it that are fairly interesting, including such as an international stabilization force, a peace board that is chaired by Mr. Trump, and that has as one of its premier members the former British Prime Minister Tony Blair, operating. Apparently, he's going to operate out of El Arish, which is just outside of the Gaza Strip. And then the insertion of the Palestinian Authority, their Palestinian security forces. And for Canadians, they should know that the Palestinian security forces are trained under an operation called Proteus and have been for 15 or 20 years at least. So there's a Canadian angle to this. There is some meat on the bones here, but first we've got to get past some hurdles, as you've mentioned, such as Hamas maybe not agreeing to the disarmament of Hamas. They're certainly not keen on that, and nor are they keen on the fact that they'll have nothing to do with future governance. So and of course, Mr. Netanyahu has to answer to his coalition government, which is always problematic.
Do you see Israel accepting the changes that Hamas wants to this plan?
I think that's anybody's guess right now. We haven't really heard any feedback from the Israeli government. Of course, it's Shabbat in Israel right now, and we will probably be hearing very shortly. And it'll be interesting to note what the cabinet says, what Mr. Netanyahu cabinet says. He, of course, is Mr. Netanyahu, that is of course under the direct gaze of Mr. Trump, and so he's got a difficult juggling act to perform, and we'll see if he's able to do it.
All right, that is our time. Thank you very much for yours. That is retired Major General Denis Thompson, former NATO task force commander.